Morning, everybody. Thursday, April 39th. Kidding. April 23rd, 2020. It's yours truly, Adam Handler, the case handler, partner of the personal injury department at Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. And you are now cruising with the case handler. I was given the distinct honor of introducing the show this morning, so my co-host and broadcaster David Squeezaniki could be setting things up on his computer, but we are super excited to be here, as always, giving out information to the community that's embraced us, giving out information for absolutely free, whether it's your personal injury questions, immigration questions, general questions about the status of immigration law in the United States during these incredible times. We are here for you, answering the questions, giving you honest legal answers to your difficult legal questions and problems. Sorry, it's early, so we're getting started. But the most important thing everybody out there needs to know is that we are here. We're open for business, and we are absolutely giving back. We have a wonderful panel of people on our show every day. We started the cruising with the case handler experiment in the beginning of this year. It completely took off, and to expand on that, I've now brought on my partners, Conrad, the Maestro Pollack, and Nelson, the Maverick Madrid, who are partners of the firm, and their department is the immigration. So no longer have to call me and ask me immigration questions, because I'm just going to tell you, I'm referring you to my partners. Now you can speak directly to them. You can text directly with them. You can message directly with them. And of course, you could speak directly with them over the phone in their team. So without further ado, I'd love to introduce those individuals. Conrad the Maestro, good morning to you.
Morning, Adam. Nice to be here again, and happy Thursday, everybody. And lots to talk about today. Developments overnight. New executive order was issued by the president, which we can go into a little bit and explain to people how it affects them and how it doesn't affect them. Happy to be here.
Whomever that guy is, Adam, he's got a very strong voice, man.
It's like talking to God, you know.
It's like he must be the one in that movie, you know. Yeah.
Wait, I gotta fit. You gotta let me finish. Don't. I got just getting warmed up, because it's time to buzz the tower with Maverick Nelson, the Maverick Madrid. My man, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to the listeners. I'd like to actually give a shout out and a thank you to first responders. Pleasure to be here, and looking forward to discussing immigration.
Absolutely. And last, but certainly in his book, not least, David Squeezaniki, the host of this show, my partner in crime for over 15 years, delivering amazing legal content to the Caribbean community and 93.5 and beyond, the creator of this whole cruising with the case handler dynamic with Zoom and multiple boxes. And if you don't know what I'm talking about right now, that means you're not following us on Facebook. So I'm asking you if you could safely do so right now. Right? Usually we say that because people are in their car, but you're on your couch, most likely. If you could safely do so right now, go to the Case Handler Facebook page, like and follow it. Go to Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico's Facebook page and follow it. Go to David Squeezaniki's Facebook page, follow it. Go on Instagram, Case Handler, Squeeze, follow it, like it, comment, share. And you'll be able to see exactly what we're talking right now. We have a panel of attorneys here to answer your questions for absolutely free, here to give you important content, here to give you, like I said, honest answers to your legal situation. So let's get it rolling. Thank you for letting me drive this morning and introduce everybody. And Squeeze, what do you got to say, my man?
It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
You sound down. You got to bring, where's that Red Bull?
You know what?
This is like topsy-turvy day.
I tell you what, let's just show people that this is like a real reality show. Let me go get the Red Bull, okay? While you ask everybody once again to share. I'll be back in less than 20 seconds, and then we have something to talk about with your president. Obviously, my president. I'm a citizen also. Our president, all right? So let me grab that Red Bull, Adam, and you can plug away. What we want everybody to do right now is share. What should they share, Adam? And what are we going to be talking about today?
Well, they should absolutely share the page, share the broadcast. That's the best way for this to spread. And I know these days using the word spread is not really what we want to hear. But this is a good thing to spread. This is a good thing to share. This is a good thing for everybody to have. And the reason why we say that is because knowledge is power. In most legal situations, personal injury, absolutely the case. You only have one chance to get it right. And you got to get it right the first time. And having our phone number saved is going to put you in the best possible situation to exactly that, getting it right the first time. We'll let you know how, when, and if we can help you. And if we can, man, you are going to be thrilled knowing that you have attorneys that are going to fight for you like you're our neighbor, our brother, our cousin, our mother, and our father. That's the different approach we have here at Pollack, Isaac DeSico. That's the different approach we have with the case handler team. Let's get into immigration.
Absolutely. Let's get into it right now.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, let's get into it right now. I'm ready. Let's get it pumping. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thanks. Okay, thank you so much, Adam. You did an excellent job. I feel like I'm not needed here, but you did a great job. Any day I'm going to be out, you can fill in for me for the entire 3 hours from 6 a.m. until 9, man. I really appreciate it when I go on vacation. Conrad and Nelson, you all can jump in too.
Well, they'll be on vacation with you, so.
Oh, you're right. Well, we might as well just do the show on vacation. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, quickly, I need 60 seconds to do this. Everyone that's tuning into 93.5 WVIP FM, more than likely you are home. More than likely you have a smartphone. More than likely you have a computer. Go to your computer. Go to facebook.com, in the search bar, type in the case handler or type in David Squeezaniki page. Go to the page and you'll see that red button that says live. Start watching us. Share. Everyone that's watching us now, once you start watching us, please share the page. If you go to Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico's page, share it. Share it to every single person that you know that's in your as your friend on a page, in groups. Because Conrad is about to talk about something very serious with Donald Trump, the D word, all right? When we say we're going to use the D word, we're talking about Donald Trump, all right? We're going to be talking about immigration with the band that's on. So I want everybody to turn up their radios, go to Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, and also start placing your immigration questions there. Make sure you do that now because I've got a slew of questions also that I've got to share with the team from yesterday until today. So please, share. I'm counting the shares on Facebook. I'm checking to see how many people care about other people who are out of status or want to help people who have immigration issues. The key here is to build our social media platforms. This is where people happens to be. Also on the radio. Turn it up, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, make sure you do that now. Ladies and gentlemen, share. Click the link that says share and share all over. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we must remind you also, every one of you, because you're sharing, because you're listening, because you know about us, and because you're hearing our voice, we are going to extend, listen carefully, a 100% confidential consultation to you where your immigration is concerned. Isn't that great?
How much is that going to cost, though, Squeeze?
It's going to cost $0.
Okay.
It's costing absolutely nothing. You will not pay anything for a consultation with an attorney that's been with a firm that's been around for well over 50 years. But you got to call one number. You got to call now. You got to call before the top of the hour. Maybe we'll extend it past the top of the hour. But everybody who wants a free immigration consultation, well, dial this number. Ruth kind of slapped me a couple times this morning having the wrong number in a few places. So listen to the number, 844-774-3529. That is 844-774-3529. Dial that number. You're guaranteed a free consultation by one of the attorneys. Not many things in life happens to be guaranteed. So make the call right now to 844-774-3529. It's a Thursday, okay, 17 minutes before the hour. And I want everyone to share the page, dial the number, get a 100% free consultation privately. Call 844-774-3529. That's 844-PPIDLAW. That's 844-774-3529. Okay, make that link, make that call, make that connection, get your free immigration consultation. And also, if you know of anyone, or if you do get into an accident, you will need the case handler himself, Adam Handler. That's the same number, 844-774-3529. Maestro, Conrad Pollack, my immigration attorney. Okay, let's talk about Donald Trump and immigration.
First off, thanks for having us on. It's been a week now. This is our 1 week anniversary.
Yeah.
And I just want to say how much we appreciate the opportunity to be on the air and to share the knowledge and the information that we have firsthand with the listening public. And we really do appreciate it. And again, this is our way of giving back to the community that served us so well over the years. And we do really appreciate it. So I just want to throw that out there before we get into the nitty gritty of what's happening these days. Anyway, that D word, I barely just had a cup of coffee. The last thing I want to do on any morning is talk about him. But unfortunately, this is the world, this is the country we're living in these days. So it is important to keep things going and talk about what's going on out there. Anyway, in his latest assault on the immigration system and legal immigration into this country, last night actually, the president issued a presidential proclamation basically banning immigrants from coming into the United States for the next 60 days. The pretext is that because unemployment is now so high in the United States, that these immigrants coming into the country are going to be competing with Americans to take those jobs away from them, and therefore they shouldn't be allowed to come in for, again, this proclamation is for 60 days, but I could pretty much assure you that when that 60-day period is up, they are going to extend it, unfortunately. And my guess is he's going to extend it right into November until he's reelected. Anyway, in terms of the actual proclamation, it bans immigrants for 60 days. Now, that's actually a pretty broad term, but what it doesn't include are those people that have green cards, those people that are coming with temporary visas, non-immigrant visas, like a tourist visa, and there are a few other exceptions. So the good news is, if you're in the United States already and you're applying for adjustment of status, it doesn't apply to you. If you have a case pending, you're in the United States, it doesn't apply to you. Unfortunately, if you are the spouse or the child of a permanent resident, it does apply to you outside the United States. Again, if you're in the U.S., no effect whatsoever. If you're outside the United States and your spouse is applying for you, or you're a permanent resident and applying for children, they will not be able to get their immigrant visas for at least 60 days, possibly longer. Same ban applies if you have an employer sponsoring you and you are outside the United States. Same thing, you will not be able to obtain your immigrant visa for at least 60 days until this ban is over. Now, that's not to say you shouldn't begin a case. This ban is temporary. Maybe it's 60 days, maybe it goes another 60 days after that. We don't know. In fact, we don't even know if it's going to be effective right away, because I guarantee you there are lawyers working right now to prepare court papers to get a preliminary injunction to stop this thing in its tracks. Guarantee that'll be happening within the next few days. So we don't even know when this is going to take effect. Unfortunately, the administration has learned from previous mistakes with other travel bans and other things that they've tried to do to stop immigration in this country. So they've crafted this proclamation in such a way that it probably will ultimately be approved, and the Supreme Court, I'm sure, will be taking it up at some point, and they will allow it to go into effect. Unfortunately, that's my prediction. But again, the good news is, if you're in the United States, this has no effect on you. If you're applying for change of status, or to some kind of work visa, or extending your tourist visa, or want to get a student visa, this ban does not apply to you. It only applies to certain individuals outside the United States. So in effect, because the in fact, I believe all of the U.S. consulates are currently closed, immigration is closed, this really has no immediate effect. It makes no change whatsoever in terms of what's been going on for the past month. This is really just a way for our president to look tough and show his the people that already support him how tough he can be on immigration. And of course, using the immigrant community as a scapegoat as usual. How's that, guys?
I think
I think that explains it pretty well because, you know, if it makes sense to me, it should make sense to anybody.
I try.
It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. But do you think, gentlemen, and as we do the cruising with a case handler right here with the personal injury and immigration talk, do you think that's somewhat of a deception? That's one. And also in reference to his potential re-election?
He's using this to stoke, as usual, to stoke anti-immigrant fervor in the United States, to rile up his base so he can say, hey, look, I stopped those bad immigrants from coming in here and stealing jobs, all those alleged rapists and criminals and so on. Now also, I'm stopping those other ones that may not be criminals. I'm stopping them from coming in and possibly competing with you to take your job. This is how he operates. Remember the election in 2018, the hordes of immigrants at the border, you know, knocking down the gates, trying to get in. As soon as the election was over, all of a sudden you didn't hear those stories anymore. This is how he operates. I mean, any clear-thinking individual recognizes that. Unfortunately, there are people that agree with him.
Unfortunately. Nelson, your comment? You're quiet on it.
You know, I will defer to the maestro, but I do agree. It's rather convenient that we are in an election year. You know, obviously, I think it's a great way to detract, right? I mean, that seems, I mean, if you think about it, it's a common theme, right? Every time something is happening, all of a sudden there's something else to think about and talk about.
Or blame the immigrants.
Right. So, I mean, again, I think it's convenient, you know, and again, it's to rile up his base, you know, to apparently he's quote unquote losing in the polls. It's a way to drive up his numbers. It's a way, as Conrad said, you know, to basically put out there, well, I did this. And you know, if you watch his press conference, his daily press conferences, it's almost a campaign ad. You know, there's 1,000 miles of the border wall that's been built. You know, all he does is really tout his accolades, what he's accomplished during his presidency. And he's a genius because he's using a tragedy like COVID to basically promote himself. During one of these press conferences, it was funny. He was running ads of governors from different states, basically commending him, commending the job he's done, commending his administration. You know, I'm a little confused by that because we're in the middle of a pandemic. You know, I'm not sure what, again, his accolades have to do with the pandemic, but he's obviously using the media to manipulate people's opinions. And I think it's transparent, but that's just my opinion.
Let me ask you guys this question, because I'm going to put a different spin on it. Rather than talk about what he's doing to bring everybody down, what can we do as a firm to bring everybody up? What can the people listening out there to this radio station on Facebook do to try to figure a way to navigate through these very difficult times, particularly when it comes to immigration? I'll suggest you save the number. I'll suggest you give us a call and get that consultation for absolutely free. I don't know. Squeeze, what do you think? What do you think?
Well, I think
you know this community.
Yeah, I think basically what Conrad and Nelson did is segue to what I was about to say. And thanks, man, you are such a seasoned broadcaster. That every single person out there that needs immigration help should be calling the number. If I were in your position and I was out of status, I would want an experienced, in-depth law firm to handle my case immediately. I at least would want to have a conversation with an attorney, even if you have spoken with someone in the past, okay? Not the guy that's down on the corner there chilling saying he's a consultant.
You may even have an attorney that we're getting these phone calls. You may have an attorney that you haven't even heard of since the pandemic hit.
Right. So pick up your phone right now, right here on a Thursday. Dial the number. You heard the maestro, Conrad Pollack. He's a partner at the firm. Okay, a managing partner. Got to say that. Okay. You've got Nelson Madrid, an attorney, immigration attorney. He's got depth. We call him Maverick because he's a Top Gun guy when it comes to removal proceedings and more. Okay. Make the phone call. It is free. I can't implore you enough. If you are out of status, you are listening to this radio station, 93.5 FM. Squeeze has the biggest mouth on the station. I yell, I scream, but I mean good for you. I am saying we are extending to you a 100% free immigration consultation. You don't want to ask your question on Facebook. You don't want to ask your question on air. Not a problem. Dial this number before the top of the hour. They'll get you on the list to speak with an attorney. You may even be able to speak with one now, but dial this number, 844-774-3529. You're in Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, Staten Island. Dial 844-774-3529. You're north of the city, okay? Whether that be Rockland County, Westchester County, Dutchess County, wherever.
Can you give some love to Jersey, please?
Okay, don't worry, I'm coming to Jersey.
All right, because we got a couple of Jersey calls already this morning.
844-774-3529. If you're in all of New Jersey, 844-774-3529. All of New York, all of Connecticut. As a matter of fact, anywhere in the world, as long as it has to do with U.S. immigration, the Maverick, Nelson Madrid, the Maestro, Conrad Pollack, okay? You've got the top guys, okay, dealing with your immigration situation at a firm that's been around for 50 years. What else can I say? Okay, dial the number now, 844-774-3529. After you have that free consultation with them, hey, no obligation, but I would retain them, okay? So once again, make the link, make the call, make the connection, make it. Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. I always say, ladies and gentlemen, cruise with them. Once again, the number is 844-774-3529 and get your immigration questions answered in a consultation absolutely free. Because look at what our president is doing. We don't know what's his next move. This guy's literally screwing people. Gets me so upset, okay? Separating families, breaking up families, destroying families, messing up everything, screwing up everything. Don't sit there and take it. Pick up your phone, dial the number, and ask. Speak with one of the attorneys for free. It's what
Squeeze, if I could interrupt you for a sec.
Yes.
Well, I love what you're saying, and I agree with all of it. You mentioned I'm the managing partner, which is true. I not only manage the immigration department in our firm, but I'm the managing partner of the firm overall. And we are a full service law firm. We handle all kinds of legal work. In fact, pretty much run the gamut of any type of legal services anyone might be looking for. Besides immigration and personal injury, we also have a real estate department. We have a litigation department. We have criminal lawyers. We have matrimonial lawyers. We have employment lawyers. So in fact, that reminds me, Monday, we are going to have a special guest. One of our immigration department associates is coming on to talk about O visas and P visas. So those entertainers out there, those specialty occupation workers out there, which again, are not affected by this ban, by the way. We will have an expert coming. Well, we will have a woman coming on who is one of my favorite associates that I've ever had during my career. And she's going to be coming on specifically to talk about O and P visas on Monday. So I'm hoping everybody tunes in for that. In fact, we are planning going forward. Adam and I were just talking about starting on Monday. Every Monday is going to be a guest appearance. One of the attorneys from our firm will come on and talk about a subject that's near and dear to their hearts. So this Monday, we start with O and P visas for you entertainers out there. The following week, we might have our real estate partner on to come and talk about how you can or won't pay your rent, or for landlords, how to collect, and other housing situations or real estate situations that might be affecting the public. So those are things we have in store going forward. But getting back to me and tooting my own horn, yes, I'm the managing partner, but this is not all I do. I don't just come on the morning and come on the radio every morning to talk to people like this. After this show is over, I will be meeting with my staff and I will be directing, if not answering phone calls myself. In fact, I'm looking at my phone while I'm talking here. I'm seeing all these different emails that are coming in, asking questions. All of the people out there that are listening to the show and are calling in and seeking that consultation. I see it. I see it right on my phone here. I can't even count how many there are. And we will get back to you immediately. And you might have a chance to speak to me if I have the time, or you'll speak to the Maverick. If it's a deportation matter, for sure, that's his specialty. And all I can say is, whether it's me, whether it's Nelson, you will have an attorney to speak with today And we do appreciate you calling us, and we do appreciate the attention that you're giving to us. And again, this is not, I'm not a radio personality. I'm new at this. I've been doing this for a week. Granted, I'm being complimented in a lot of ways, which I'm appreciating, but this is not what I do for a living.
You run the firm. You run the entire firm. Not to cut you, but we're going to the top of the hour, Conrad.
That's correct.
All right. So I want to remind everyone, we're listening. You're listening to 93.5 FM. Switch over to Facebook right now. Go to David Squeezaniki's Facebook page, or the case handler, or PPID. That's Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. And you'll see us there. You can hear us there. Get ready to ask your questions by calling, or call now and get yourself a private consultation at 844-774-3529. Everyone out there, you want a free consultation on immigration, you want to know about green cards and so forth, call now. I said call before the top of the hour, but we're going to extend it. Okay? Call whenever, but call 844-774-3529. We also have true success stories on personal injury. Let's switch over to Facebook. Thank you so much, 93.5. Let's continue.
It's 9 o'clock.
There you go. All right. So, Conrad, you may continue. Sorry, I just had to jump in there on 93.5 FM. But what I will also do on Mondays, okay, I will actually start 15 minutes earlier, okay? So this way we can talk more about what's happening with the firm and talk more about the O visas and so forth. And also, of course, allow Adam to squeeze in at least 1 or 2 or 3 true success stories about the personal injury department. So as we ask everybody, post your immigration questions on Facebook right now. I got a few on my phone from this morning. Okay, what I'm asking you to do right now is to get your questions on Facebook on immigration. Okay, get it out there, plop it there. Adam is going to talk about some true success stories right now about what he has done for thousands of people for the past 15 years, or hundreds of people for the past 15 years. You need to understand how solid this brother is in settling millions of dollars. Now, prior results do not guarantee similar outcome, but if you get hurt in an accident, you need one man, because you have one chance, one choice, and you should choose the case handler. And that is definitely Adam Handler. So ladies and gentlemen, let's switch it over to Adam Handler, the man who has settled well over 100 million. I love saying that, $100 million. So Adam, there you go, man. And it's all yours. The podium.
Listen, I appreciate that. And, listen, I'm a team player. So as far as I'm concerned, as long as we're giving that phone number out, I feel confident that if, God forbid, anybody out there is in an accident of any kind, they're going to know by now the quality of lawyers that we are here at Pollack, Isaac, DeSico. They know who your boy, the case handler, is.
Yeah.
We can spend an hour talking about personal injury cases. We can spend an hour talking about immigration cases, but we're all part of the same team. And the reason why I'm at this firm is because I surround myself with quality people. I always say I surround myself with people that are smarter than me, right? We all have our strengths and weaknesses.
People who add value.
Exactly. And everybody here is a value added to my practice, my personal injury practice. So I'm happy to discuss it all. But the most important thing that I can really relay to people is that, we're here to help. We're here to prevent you from being that victim twice. Because I got to tell you, I've seen it. And you keep saying 15 years. It's 15 years, you and I've been practicing for 17 years. Don't forget about those 2 extra years that I've been paying back student loans. I've been paying student loans for 17 years, not 15 years. All right. Give me a little credit for that. We're here and we're making sure that you're not the victim twice, because when you're in an accident, right, whether it's a car accident, whether it's a construction accident or a workplace accident, the insurance company for the individuals responsible for your injuries are lawyering up, and they're getting what they believe to be, the best choice of lawyer for them, and they're relentless. Their job is to make sure that you get as little as possible to recover at the end of a personal injury case. And I'm the exact opposite, right? I'm pushing back the other way. I'm making sure that you get top dollar for your time out of work, top dollar for all the medical bills that you owe, or all the medical bills that you are likely to incur in the future. And then, of course, I'm fighting to get you top dollar for your pain and suffering, because you can never reopen a personal injury case. You can't come back to me 5 years later and say, Mr. Handler, I think we settled too low. We didn't get it right. I need more money. Listen, that's not going to happen on my watch anyway. So that conversation is not going to happen. But you may have another attorney that did that to you, that settled your case for $5,000, $10,000 if it was worth much, much more. And trust me, I've settled plenty of cases for those numbers, but those are never cases in which the client and I have any realistic expectation that they're going to continue to have a permanent injury going forward, right? Not all injuries are life-lasting injuries, thankfully. And those are the cases that settle for, the smaller dollar amounts. But those cases, and we've talked about them for years and years, that have settled for hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. Those are cases in which people, as a lot of listeners on this station will say, are mashed up. People that have really hurt themselves in a situation that they're probably going to remain out of work for the rest of their life. They're going to have medical bills for the rest of their life, and they're going to have pain and suffering to any degree for the rest of their life. And I can't stress to you enough that we don't call you. We don't hang out at the emergency rooms. We don't come to you at the accident scene. The tow truck drivers don't have my business card. The only way for you to be connected to my practice is for you to have the number saved. Like I always say, God forbid you ever need it, but if you do, you'll have that number saved, 844-774-3529 or 844-PPID-LAW. That is the number to be connected to the personal injury practice here at Pollack, Isaac DeSico. That is the number to be connected to attorneys that really care about a successful outcome for you. Now, we have pride in the work we do. And the best part of my job, over and over and over, and this is the part I really miss. People ask me, what do you really miss by working from home? Well, I love being in court, of course. But what I really, really miss is handing the client that big fat settlement check. Taking that picture, smiling, hugging it out. There's sometimes even tears shed because it's a happy moment. Now we're just wiring the money to your bank account, which is fun for the client and fun for me, but there's not that personal connection that I absolutely love, and that connection that keeps me going and motivated as an attorney every day. So if you like what I'm saying and you believe in me and you believe in this show and you believe in all the broadcasters on this station that have promoted my practice over the years, then you'll have that number saved. That's the only advice I can give to you with respect to personal injury. Save the number, hold the number, share the number, and use the number when things have gone terribly wrong.
Absolutely. Once again, folks, the case handler, Adam Handler, and he's at the firm, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. Remember, he mentioned the number. That is the most important thing right now. You may not need it now, but if you do get hurt in an accident, and all my construction worker friends, you need this number, man. Things happen on those sites. I know. All right. So 844-774-3529. 844-774-3529. We're talking personal injury, ladies and gentlemen, and you only need one attorney, and that is Adam Handler. And like I said, he's been practicing for 17 years, but I've known him for 15, and he's been helping the Caribbean community for 15 years plus and other communities. So make sure you store his number. And to make him feel good, to make Adam Handler, the case handler, feel good, let the number ring 15, 20 seconds. Don't hurt his feelings. He's like that. Dial the number. Let it ring 15 seconds so he sees that you're calling, and he will be like, oh, okay, all right, no problem. Let's store the number. The number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529.
Hey, Squeeze, can I just say,
I got the number right today. Yeah.
A friend of mine who's watching our show, shout out, Rick.
What's his name, Rick?
He is telling me that if anybody has an Alexa or Google Home device at home, all they have to say is, hey, Google, play 93.5 FM, and guess who will be coming on?
That is true. That is absolutely true.
Which I had no idea, so I'm just throwing that out there. I mean,
that is true.
Much about tech, but,
all you got to say is, Alexa, tune into WVIP FM.
Or in my house, you got to say Echo, because My daughter's name is Alexis.
Yes.
And that's been driving us crazy.
Well, I didn't know that. So now I learned something myself today.
Absolutely. All right. So, gentlemen, let's get into some immigration questions. Once again, folks, if you're watching this right now, now is the time to place your immigration questions on the Facebook page. I do have a couple of them here, and I'm going to be asking the two immigration attorneys I have here, the man who runs the firm, Conrad Pollack, and also Maverick, Top Gun, okay, Nelson Madrid, to just quickly answer these questions for a couple of people. And you see, what I do in the mornings, gentlemen, is I get on the radio at 6 o'clock, and if I'm not on at 6, we've got my colleague Zen Markellier, who will jump on, and he knows how important this show is to me, how important it is to you, how important it is to the community, and he will do the plugs for me. So we get people who pop their questions to my WhatsApp here. So I've got a couple of questions, and some of the questions you will have to help me decipher them. Okay, some of the questions are pretty weird, but we want to get to them all. But more importantly, everyone can actually call directly and speak with the attorney off air at 844-774-3529. We just spoke on personal injury. Hopefully you got that same number. Let's touch base on a few questions right now. Once again, here on Cruising with the Case Handler, 8:30 weekdays. All right. This is a pretty simple one. Good evening. Can a person that is out of status fly to another state? Okay. I guess pretty much they're worrying. I guess maybe this is someone that is, I don't know. They want to know if they can go back and forth between states. So that's all.
The answer is they can. However, if the person is out of status or doesn't have evidence of lawful status, it is risky. These days, I would say before this crisis began and before all these closings took place, I would have, look, if the person has to travel, they have to travel, but I would always recommend against it. These days, the chances of getting into trouble are less likely because there's a lot less activity out there on the part of ICE and the Immigration Service looking to apprehend people that don't belong here. But there is no prohibition on doing that. Basically, you need ID. If you get on a plane, then you're flying from New York to California, nobody's asking you for a green card. They're just asking you for ID. So the short answer is yes, they can travel. Although I wouldn't necessarily recommend it unless it's absolutely necessary. What rights do
the Customs and Border Patrol have if you're too close to the border and they take you off of a bus or a train?
It's yours, Nelson.
I can answer that. So I believe if technically you get stopped within 100 miles of a border, technically the burden is on you to demonstrate that you've been physically present in the United States for 2 years prior. If you can't, they can technically either expeditiously remove you, which is basically get you back to your country without necessarily giving you the opportunity to appear before an immigration judge, or they can serve you with what's called a notice to appear and basically have you appear before an immigration judge and give you the opportunity to fight your case. CBP, like most other immigration agencies, have broad discretion. Something I tell most of our clients is anytime you deal or come in contact with immigration, it's pretty much a roll of the dice. You have some people who are sympathetic and may want to help you or give you that opportunity. And you have others who really don't care, who are going to do what they can to basically get you out of the country.
Okay. Once again, folks, that's Maverick, Nelson Madrid, one of the immigration attorneys at the firm. Do remember to call 844-PPID-LAW. That's 844-774-3529. Get yourself a free consultation and then retain them. All right. Here's another one. This one says, can a mother file for her over 21 child that's in the States?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Can a mother file for her over 21 child that's in the States?
I'm assuming the mother has a green card. The answer is yes, as long as her daughter, who's over 21 or under 21, she could apply either way, is not married. Permanent residents can only apply for unmarried children. The age is irrelevant. The difference is if the daughter is under 21, the case will move much quicker, typically 2 to 3 years. If the daughter is over 21, again, unmarried or divorced, a case like that could take anywhere from 6 to 10 years. But the answer is yes.
Absolutely. Once again, folks, we're inside of what we call Cruising with the Case Handler. The case handler happens to be Adam Handler. himself. Okay. And, before we switch back to the immigration questions here, Adam, I want for you to touch on people who get hurt in an accident. Okay. Even construction accidents. Okay. They're out of status. Okay. They're not legally, well, as they would say, legally here. Okay. Can those people benefit? Do those people have rights?
They absolutely do. No matter what people say, if you're hurt in New York and you're a human being, right? Those are the two qualifications you have. You're human and you're in New York. You are absolutely entitled to money under the law. In fact,
New Jersey.
Yes, you are entitled to. Okay. You are entitled to compensation.
But there, you don't have to be human.
Sorry, right. Oh, well, listen. That's actually, you got me there. That's actually pretty good. It's really good. But yes, you are absolutely entitled to money under the law. The New York law is the reason why I said New York is the New York law is a little less stringent in that you can actually collect lost wages. If you're an undocumented worker, you actually have the ability to claim lost wages if, God forbid, you're in an accident. Now, proving them is another thing, because if you're not, if you're undocumented, you may not be filing taxes. So to be able to accurately prove how much you make may be difficult, but you are absolutely entitled to collect. Now, I can only imagine that if you're in a car accident, it's probably pretty scary to call 911 and they'll get the police there, to come come to the accident and have EMS come and treat you for your injuries. But I have never heard in my 17 years of practice, I've never heard of any undocumented individual being taken away when it came to an accident. Even if you didn't have a driver's license, they may give you a ticket, but there's been no ramifications of facing deportation for anything like that. And with a construction accident, it's similar. But, a lot of times, a lot of people on these construction sites, that's their main source of income. That's how they put food on their family's table. That's how, they send money back home. So they may not want to ruffle feathers by saying, oh, I got hurt on this job site and I need to do something about it. But I can bet you that more likely than not, and this is a bet I think everybody on this panel will take, that if you're undocumented and you sustain an injury, do you really think that your job is going to be paying your medical bills? Do you really think your job is going to be keeping that job open for you? Do you really think that job is going to compensate you for the injury you have to your body and your inability to provide for your family? Of course not. They're going to drop you like a hot potato. So knowing that, your only recourse is to lawyer up and go for the maximum compensation you have, because you may never work again. Those construction accidents are life-changing, if not deadly. So by having my number saved, you're going to call me and you're going to say, Mr. Handler, I got into an accident. This is what happened, but this is my immigration status. And you know what the next thing we're going to talk about is? We're going to talk about Conrad Pollack, Nelson Madrid, and the other wonderful immigration lawyers at my firm. That is not a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen, that Adam Handler, the case handler, is a partner of a firm that practices almost, a huge practice group is immigration. I couldn't have my clients not knowing where to turn if, God forbid, they had an immigration issue associated with their personal injury issue. So we've extended visas. We've helped with change of status. These are the wonderful and special things we do at Pollack, Isaac DeSico when it comes to personal injury that has an immigration component to it.
Absolutely. Once again, folks, the number, as you noted, is very important. 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Now, Conrad, I need for you to touch on something quickly. And I know a lot of people out there, you send a lot of requests for me to ask questions about this area. And I want Conrad to actually touch on it. I know what he'll be saying, but it's an area that he just needs to make clear, because it's like the luck of the draw. So, Conrad, can you touch on a lot of people who are interested in getting visitor's visa to the United States from their country? Okay. I already know what you're going to say, but I need for you to tell people, because a lot of people think that they have super rights to get a visitor's visa. I don't know if Nelson want to jump in also, and they have rights and they've been turned down and they're wondering why and they're angry. If you can expound a bit on that right here on Cruising with the Case Handler, as we discuss personal injury, as we discuss immigration, as all the folks out there, store the number by dialing 844-774-3529. If you can touch on that for me.
Well, first off, let me reiterate that this presidential proclamation that was issued by our president yesterday does not affect tourist visas, doesn't affect non-immigrant visas. So if there is somebody in their country that is looking to come here to visit, they can still apply for that visa, and if it's approved, they can still come here. It's a discretionary matter. U.S. consulates basically are able to approve or deny an application for a tourist visa or a student visa based on their own discretion. As I've said previously, the law presumes that everybody coming here is an immigrant. They're intending to stay here permanently. It's up to the individual applicant to demonstrate the contrary. They're just coming here temporarily. Therefore, if you're applying for a tourist visa, you need to go to the consulate and you need to be able to convince that consular officer that, of course, when they're reopened, that you're just coming here for a short stay to visit a family member or to go sightseeing, hit Disney World, maybe attend a wedding for a long lost relative. But you need to show that you can support yourself while you're here because tourists are not allowed to work. You need to show that you have reasons to return to your country, that you have contacts in your country. In other words, you have permanent employment in your country, that you have close family members, that you have real estate, money in the bank. You have reasons to return to your country so that the consular officer is not going to think that you're coming to the U.S. to stay here permanently and get a job. Those are typically the two most important ingredients to applying for a tourist visa. But again, it's totally discretionary depending on the consular officer. And a lot of countries in the Western Hemisphere, in the Caribbean, they see a lot of fraud, unfortunately. And as a result, a lot of those consulates tend to be skeptical when it comes to people applying for tourist visas. A lot has to do with your age also. You're more likely to get a visa if you're 75 years old as opposed to if you're 25 years old, because if you're 75, you're not likely coming here to work. If you're 25, the odds are that you are. So there are all kinds of reasons and all kinds of factors that go into the process. But generally, you need to demonstrate you can support yourself and that you have reasons to return to your country in order to apply for that tourist visa. And then it's up to the discretion of the consular officer.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm sorry, Squeeze. I just want to add, if your tourist visa is denied, it becomes harder to eventually get one in the future.
Right.
Okay, so if you've applied twice and you've been denied twice, applying a third time, yeah, you can apply a third time. It significantly reduces, right, but it significantly reduces your chances because obviously this is all part of their record. Also, I'd like to add, and I've seen this come up lately, people who are given tourist visas who enter and leave the United States regularly, CBP does have the discretion to actually terminate and cancel that visa because obviously that, you know, they could believe that you're actually working in the United States. I've heard of cases where they basically stop the person, go through their phone, and then rip up their visa or basically say, this is the last time we're allowing you to enter the United States. Your visa will expire. And they write that in the passport.
Actually, Nelson, that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up. Social media. People coming into the United States these days are subject to searches of their phones, their iPads, their laptops. The Immigration Service can go through your computer and see what you're saying on Facebook, what you're putting out there on Twitter or on Instagram. And if anything indicates that you might be working here and you're coming here with a tourist visa or a student visa, they see that, you will lose that visa, they will cancel it, they will send you right home, or worse, possibly put you into removal proceedings and then deport you. So that is something everybody should be aware of. That's another new aspect to immigration law that's been created over the past recent past.
Yeah. Once again, folks, the immigration attorney is 844-774-3529. Adam, before we end the show, I want my true success story. So I'm going to go to Nelson right now to talk about something. I've already given you access, so I don't want to hear it. I want my true success story. I want my $2. Who saw that movie?
Of course.
I'm quite sure Nelson saw it. All right. So Nelson, I need for you to talk about something here that people really need to understand. I think it's very important on this show, and it's very important that it's here on Facebook. And a lot of people are applying for visas. A lot of people are applying to get into the United States. I need for you to talk about people who are in other countries who have had convictions in those countries. And will those convictions affect them potentially getting access to the United States?
That's actually a very good question. Yes and no. Yes,
Spoken like a true lawyer.
Obviously, you always want to disclose the fact that you have a conviction. It's not something you necessarily want to conceal, because obviously if immigration found out, it would only further complicate an already bad situation, right?
Because if I go to the embassy and they said, have you smoked weed?
Well, not smoke weed, not smoke weed, but let's pretend you go to the embassy and they ask you, have you ever been arrested or have you ever been convicted? And you say no, and they find out you have hypothetically a gun conviction. Mm-hmm. Now, in addition to being potentially, actually a gun conviction does not make you inadmissible. I'm sorry, it makes you removable. Mm-hmm. Let's pretend you have a robbery conviction. Okay. You don't disclose it. Now you've got potentially both an inadmissibility issue as well as fraud. So it would, again, make a bad situation worse. You always want to disclose. And if necessary, there is something known as a Haranka waiver, which is basically, you would need a waiver to come into the United States. You would have to obviously demonstrate the reason why. You would have to show that, I believe, you're not a danger to public safety. And that would allow you, if approved, that would allow you to come into the United States temporarily. We have a case right now, someone from China, her father was convicted of, I think, conspiracy or some money laundering. His daughter's about to graduate college. And she wants her father present. We're actually working on a waiver to get him into the United States. But of course, we disclose the fact that he has this prior conviction. Mm-hmm. But depending, again, everything is fact driven. It all depends on what the conviction was for. Not everybody is necessarily eligible for this waiver. But in this situation, our client's father is, and we're actually preparing a waiver as we speak.
Beautiful, beautiful. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm talking about. And you will find from time to time, gentlemen, I will ask these questions, thinking about what I know of the community out there. And I do appreciate you being very straightforward. Like Adam said, spoken like a true attorney, because basically what it is that you're saying is that it depends. And one of the things that I've seen, especially in the entertainment community, which I'm going to ask you guys to help out a lot of people I know, they've had some convictions, and they want to be able to come to the United States to perform and carry on, and do their craft. And I will need for you guys to actually help them out where that is concerned. All right. So once again, folks, spoken on immigration. That is Nelson Madrid. The number is 844-774-3529. I want everyone, we're about to conclude the show after Adam gives us his true success story on personal injury. But in conclusion on immigration, I want everyone, if you need an immigration consultation for free, I need for you to dial this number now and get it. The number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Get reputable attorneys to answer your immigration questions, regardless of where you are. Ladies and gentlemen, it's federal, regardless of your race, creed, color, religion, ethnicity. We don't care if you're from Mars. If you're coming to the United States, guess what? You need to call 844-774-3529. Say you heard it on the Cruising with the Case Handler. Let's go to Adam Handler, the case handler himself, and let's talk personal injury where a true success story is concerned. Adam.
Absolutely. And I love to go back to that website. We work so hard on it and we're so proud of it. True life success stories. And one case that really stands out to me is this one right here. He wanted to be known as Presley. It's 295.
Click on it so we can see it.
You don't see it right now?
No, we can see it, but we want to.
I am getting.
If you click on it,
a build up, man. It's got to be a build up. I'm about to. And what I was saying is, it's a just let me drive.
Wait,
right?
right?
I think I've proven myself today
Hold your horses.
that I'm quite capable of running the show here. And what I was about to say is that we settled the case for $295,000. That is an incredible amount of money. I mean, sometimes when we're talking about the millions and millions of dollars, it kind of gets lost, but that is more than $250,000 US tax-free, right? And the reason why, we feature that is because it's an important case. Every case is an important case, but this was a really important case and a very unique case. Presley was an unbelievable client. The sweetest guy, the nicest guy, would call me just to say hello. Sometimes clients call and want status on the case, and we're always happy to do it. But he would just call and just check in to see how my day went. Unbelievable. And we settled it last year for $295,000. But what was unique about this case is that this gentleman was Rastafarian, and he was growing his hair for almost his entire life. And I remember when we first met with him, his hair was down almost to his lower back, and he would have it down sometimes, he would have it up sometimes, and he had a terrible injury to his neck, a herniated disc, and the weight of his hair was causing him such excruciating pain. And I know that sounds crazy, but that hair weighed many, many pounds. And as a result of this accident, he had to cut his hair. And I'm sure, Squeeze, you can let everybody out there know, as far as Rastafarians go, that's almost like sacrilegious right there.
Yes.
And it was just one of those unique circumstances in which we were able to show that this accident caused a life change. And it's not just a change because, he had to cut his hair for cosmetic reasons. He had to cut his hair for almost medical reasons. The doctors actually instructed him to do so. And it still didn't help. And he wound up having a surgery to his neck. Now, the maximum insurance on this case was $300,000. He decided he wanted to wait, to the very end for another $5,000. And I certainly don't blame him for that. But I just love these quotes. And Squeeze, if you do me the honor of reading this quote right here, I'd appreciate it. And then we'll wrap it up for today, because I don't know what a powerful case to end on.
Absolutely. And I can't even see this, man. That's what I'm telling you. I need to get in here more. All right, let's get this.
All right, I'm going to read
it. My team, hold on. My team was great at their job and handled the case perfectly. Adam is the best. All right. Adam himself can't say that, although I know he is too. This client is saying the right thing. Adam is the best. The case handler team always called to make sure I was okay and was going to therapy so I would get better and make sure that he was going to therapy to get he would get better. They genuinely cared and made the whole process stress-free. This is the firm to go to. They take care of everything. Just follow their instructions and you can't go wrong. Presley from Laurelton, New York, 295,000 US greenbacks. Love saying that. Okay. Do you know how proud I am of you, Adam Handler, for taking care of the Caribbean community? I am extremely proud of you, man. Very proud of you.
I really appreciate that. And as I always say to you and everybody else that's endorsed me over the years, I will not let you down, man. And you can count on me. You can count on your boy, the case handler.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, we're about to wrap up the show, but I want for everyone to actually dial this number. If you get hurt in an accident, slip and fall, construction accident, dial the number 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Squeeze team, I know you're listening. I need for you to cut out that segment with Adam Handler. I need for you to cut out some segments where Conrad is answering immigration questions, Nelson is answering immigration question. Need those 5-minute clips so we can spread it across the show throughout the day and also, of course, on the weekends. Right now, everyone, dial the number. Let it ring. 844-774-3529. We must remind you that this has been an attorney advertisement brought to you by the law firm of Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. And also, ladies and gentlemen, prior results do not guarantee similar outcome. But as you can see, they have demonstrated their depth and experience in the craft of personal injury, immigration law, and don't forget they are a full service law firm when it comes to criminal defense, matrimonial law, and also real estate law. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't need to go anywhere else. If you're listening to 93.5 FM, you only need one man, okay, when it comes to personal injury, and that's the case handler, Adam Handler. You only need one firm when it comes to anything in the capacity of you needing legal help, and that is Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. Cruising with a case handler, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you call them at 844-774-3529. That's 844-PPID law. Gentlemen, any additional words you want to add? Because we will never end, ever. We're always going to be doing this. Go on.
It's the song that never ends. But listen, I think by now, if you've been watching us for the past hour, I think you get a good sense in how we conduct ourselves here. Save that number. Hopefully you don't need it. God forbid you do. Honest answers to your legal questions.
Absolutely.
In addition, I'm seeing all these different calls we've been getting for the past hour. Rest assured, people, we will be calling you back today, and you'll get your questions answered. Thanks for calling. Thanks for listening.
Okay, and I'm very impressed.
Ourselves here. Yeah, say that number. Hopefully you don't need it. God forbid you do. Honest answers to your legal questions. What a voice!
In addition,
sorry about that, guys. My thingamajig. I'm very impressed, by the way.
Rest assured, people.
1 second. I'm very impressed. Okay, hold up.
Thanks for calling.
There we go. All right, that my thingamajig here. All right, so I'm very impressed with the amount of shares that we had on the show here. So I'm thankful to the audience that's been watching. Okay. I really appreciate it. Okay. Quickly, guys, I got to squeeze this one. Can Jamaica travel on the visa when the border is open? I don't know what that means.
I think somebody that's here. Actually, I don't know. Turks, we see you. But I told him to give us a call. So
yeah, just make the call. Ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of people don't even want to get on this and ask a question, but as long as you make the call to the firm, they'll answer your question for free. They will answer. I have in the history of me doing, immigration talk, okay, on radio, I have never, ever seen this. This is groundbreaking. This is phenomenal that a firm in New York City has decided to give free immigration consultation. It's phenomenal. I don't even know how they're doing it. I really genuinely don't know, but I'm happy. I'm not going to say no.
Unprecedented measures for unprecedented times, my friend.
That's it. It's a beautiful thing. It's a great thing. And it says a lot. It says a lot about the firm. It says a whole lot because no one out there have ever witnessed this, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Consistently. And not only are they doing that, they're on air, talking on immigration, talking on personal injury, talking about the other departments that they have. This is phenomenal. Ian Emmanuel says, great program. Sandra Morris says, I don't have an immigration question, but love to watch you guys. I mean, that's the feedback. Martha Jones says, amen, help. All right. So this is what, we want from you guys. Let us know that you appreciate the show. Let us know what you want us to add to the show. Share the show for us. Build a waiter.
Tip your waiter. Tip your waiter. Share the show.
Tip your waiter. Camille DaCosta says, in reference to your friend DT there, Conrad, it is a deception because immigrants legally coming in are already being sponsored by a family member who are already responsible for them financially. That's in reference to your guy Donald there. So
good point. Absolutely right.
Yeah, this is what we're talking about. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much once again for tuning into Conrad Pollack, the maestro, and Nelson Madrid, the maverick, and obviously the case handler who have created Cruising with the Case Handler with myself here on 93.5 WVIP FM and also on multiple social media platforms. Catch up with myself and the case handler at 7 p.m. on IG. Don't miss that. It's fun. It's for about 5-10 minutes. Us just chit-chatting, talking about, what happens here on the show. All right?
I thought we were talking about what we're having for dinner.
Yeah, we'll talk about that Hendrix painting you got in your house. All right. Anyway, anything else, gentlemen? All right, that's it.
That's it. Thank you,
Good.
Squeeze, and thank you for the listeners for tuning in.
All
Thanks
right.
for having me again.
8:30 tomorrow morning. Tune in again, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks again. Have a great day.